I'm back with my second video today. My allergies have been awful today, so I have my Peter Thomas Roth 24 karat gold eye masks. I've had them on for about 10 minutes, so those are ready to come off. And then I also started, which I think make a huge difference. And then I also started with my Lumify eye drops, which are literally amazing as well. They make your eyes like neon white, no veins, anything. I'm obsessed. And then I'm gonna go in with my Tula Rose Gold Eye Balm, just for a little extra brightness, just because I feel like my eyes are so puffy and dark. I did a little poll on Instagram to see what kind of look y'all wanted. And most people said glam or smoky, which is pretty much one and the same. So I'm gonna do a glam smoky eye, kind of like golds and browns, just because that's what I like on myself. I don't think I liked the Tatcha liquid primer, so I'm back to the original, the balm. And I'm just gonna do a little bit where I have pores there, just in the middle, a little bit on the chin, and then this around my nose, and really press it in. Don't just let it sit on top. I actually got my makeup light out, so I think this video is gonna be a little brighter, which will be good. All right, I'm gonna start with my MAC Shape and Shade Brow Tint and just kind of go in. I'm gonna do my eyes first this time, like if I were doing my whole makeup normally. All right, just little strokes. Wow, looks better already. Like trying to figure out where to position myself so you can see well. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with just an eyeshadow, and this is MAC Soba. It just gives a little bit of warmth and just kind of fills in the little holes. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna conceal underneath. Just fill in along the way, just a little bit in the front. I like to leave my front fluffy a little bit. Yeah. I kind of use my finger as an eraser along the way. You see me touching my face a lot, that's what I'm doing. And just kind of up there. And I use pretty firm pressure. And then just kind of use your finger as an eraser to get any smudges off or just to make it perfect. I think I want that end a little bit wider. For some reason, my arch over there is always thicker. I think it's just the way that I had it microbladed. But I'll conceal it. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, my fave. Just go up and sideways. And sideways. Wow, that brow shadow looks really red in this, but from far away it looks like just pretty, kind of matches my roots, just like a neutral dark brown, kind of dirty blonde. All right, now I'm going back to my trusty Shape Tape concealer. I used the Beauty Blender one on my last video and I like it. I just need to get another shade. It's just so white. I just don't love like a really light concealer. Raccoon eye is just like not my thing. Reminds me of like pageants or something. All right, now I'm gonna trace right under my brow. And that's just gonna kind of give you a crisp edge, and it's a primer for your shadow as well. And this is Shape Tape and Fair Light Neutral. And I mean, this concealer's light, so you can imagine how light the other was compared. And you don't have to do this step. This step definitely makes it like a little bit more glam. And see, I'm just kind of blending it out with my finger. But if this makes too sharp of a brow for you, you can totally leave it out. It's just what I like and just the kind of makeup I'm used to doing. I think it's cute, but personal preference. And if you need to, you can kind of go on the outside there. Not all the way across, but, and I like a pointed end, personal preference again, but I think it's cute. But you can totally leave it like that and just use concealer as your base, just not trace right under your brow. Make sure and get in here. There's a vein that we all have running through there that can be super dark, and it's gonna help a lot later during the makeup to not have to go back and brighten that spot. And just kind of blend out with finger. I use my ring and metal finger a lot. Right, I need to lift this brow a little bit more. And then I am gonna do on top a little bit over here because that little hump is bothering me. All right, looks good. You know, and no one's brows are ever gonna be exactly the same. I feel like this one like has a higher arch and that one's more straight, and it drives me insane, but you know, I could work on this all day and I still not like it. So I'm just gonna stop when you're ahead and you think it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna use my Carly Bible palette again. Actually, the only shade I'm gonna use in here is the light. It's called Bear, and it's just a brow highlight that I like. It actually has a little bit of sheen, but it just really lifts nicely. And I'll show you the other palette I'm gonna use. And my pet peeve on palettes is when they don't have a brow highlight. Like, please have a matte or satin brow highlight in every palette. Like, I don't want a shimmery brow highlight almost ever. But, so you would think, this is the other palette I'm gonna use. It's called the Natasha Denona Neutral Biba palette, and it's nice. So you would think that, so when I bought this online, I thought this was a brow highlight like this, but it's not. It's a crease color, so there's no brow highlight in here. So it just drives me crazy to have to use one palette, you know, one color from a different palette, but it's fine. You can also use your setting powder as a brow highlight too if you don't have one. So I'm gonna use this color Prairie and this color Tusk to kind of blend. So I'm gonna go in with Prairie first. It's gonna be my main crease color. I like a warm smoky eye just for my complexion, just honestly on anyone. I'm not a big fan of cool shadows in general, but you could totally use grays and everything and use the same technique, but you always need a neutral brown crease color, even if you are using grays. I like the MAC Kid or MAC Omega for that. All right, so just blending my life away as usual. And then I'm gonna go in with that color Tusk, kind of right above it, just to help with the transition a little bit more. Nice. Gorge. And you can always go back with your brow highlight if you feel like you went too high or you just feel like you need a little extra pop of brightness. Love that. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush. This is a MAC 217. I'm gonna do this color Buff, I think. Buff or Freckle. Like I said, I'm going for a warm smoky eye, so this is kind of like a light red brown. And this is just to give it some more dimension. So do you see how you see all of my colors I've used? So you can see that color right above it, the brow highlight, and you don't really want to see the blending color too much. And I am using a shimmer slash glitter on my lid, so I am going to do a little bit of the darker color first on the outer corner before I do my lid color. And just go back and blend that with your other blending brush. Okay, love it. I think I'm gonna go with this color, this dark brown, this seed, maybe mix these two together, like a dark red brown and a dark cool brown. All right, and I'm just gonna go on my outer corner, kind of go back and forth in a V shape. If you've ever done a lesson with me, you know how to do this. So around in little circles and then back and forth in a V. And I never want it to be above your middle color. Your middle color always stays above your smoky. If not, you're going too high. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of this, I think, after the shimmer. I just wanna get it on there because sometimes if you do the glitter and the shimmer and then try to do your outer corner, I feel like it looks like really muddy and you can never get the depth and texture that you want. So I'm using all matte shadows so far. I usually just like to use one shimmer at a time or on my lid, and then I'll do one in the inner corner. Okay, so just adding a little bit more just for some depth. And I want it a little bit in my crease, but not all the way across. Outer corner, and then, I don't know, maybe 3/4. I like that. So back and forth in a V, and then around in little circles. And then lift your brows when you're doing the 3/4 across. And do you see how you can see my blending color right above it perfectly? And then just to be extra, just because I am, and it's what makes it look good, go back with whatever's left on your blending brush and go over the top of the color you just did. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a black pencil, which I actually hardly ever use, but I'm just gonna go, but you know, that's glam, right? I'm gonna go under. If you like black eyeliner on your waterline, you can do the inside with it. I just personally feel like my eyes look bigger with a beige pencil, no matter what look I'm doing. So I'm gonna go and blend that out. And I'm just using that to get some depth on the outer corner. And then I'm gonna go in with those two colors I used for my outer corner and go over it. Use my finger as an eraser a little bit. I do like the pigment of these shadows. They're really nice. So we have kind of a perfect halo for our shimmer. You can kind of go, like I said, I'm extra with the blending, but it's what makes a big difference. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Stila Kitten Karma, the little glitter things we all love, glitter and glow liquid eyeshadow. And I'm gonna go just right there and just tap it with my finger. You don't want to blend this out too much or glitter gets everywhere. Love. And you could leave that and just let it dry, but I am gonna put a color on top. This color in this palette is called Monroe. It's just kind of like a champagne. It's like in almost every palette I see. And I'm just gonna go right on top, pat. Okay, other eye. I'm gonna try to get close so you can see. And try to put this exactly where you want it because you'll never get the glitter off if you don't. Pat. Don't swipe. I think that one's a little higher. All right, I like that. So I'm gonna go in. I'm actually gonna spray really quick. I've switched over back to the Pixie Milky Mist. And then I love the MAC Fix Plus as well. I was using the Pixie Glow Mist, but I felt like it was making my hair oily, so I'm just gonna spray that a little bit, just because I'm about to add another layer of shadow, and I want my shimmer and glitter to stay. All right, so I'm just gonna go back with that blending brush with the outer corner color and just make sure I like the way that the light blended into it. But can you imagine trying to put it on now? Like it would just be muddy and glittery on the outside instead of matte and precise. All right, I'm happy with that. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Charlotte Tilbury beige pencil. I'll poke myself in the eye, cool. That makes just such a big difference. And like I said, you could do black at this step. I just don't like it on myself just because my eyes are already small and I just feel like it makes them look like tiny. Go back under, but we're gonna do that after the concealer anyway, so I don't know why I'm like trying to be so perfect. I don't use liquid eyeliner a lot anymore. Just like I said, I just feel like my eyes are tiny and they get so closed off easily. But I'm gonna use it for the video. So this is the MAC Brush Black, literally the only one I use. I think the Stila one's pretty good. I think the Kat Von D one's pretty good, but this is my favorite. So I'm just gonna go. I'm trying to decide which mirror to look in. Along my lash line. Oh, I think that's better. I'm gonna try to keep it pretty thin just because I want you to still be able to see my shadow when I open my eye. Do a little wing. What's glam without a wing? All right, make sure that's dry. So sometimes when I'm using lashes, I won't do top eyeliner, just because see how much of that shadow it takes away on that side. If you have a bigger eyelid, it doesn't matter. Use my little fingernail to flick. My secret move. I'm gonna change hands. All right, that looks good. Re-even. Good enough. Okay, so I do my mascara and lashes last. So next is foundation. So I know I was rewatching my last video and I said my sister like 45 times, but anyway, she watches a ton of makeup tutorials and I just never have. The only YouTube videos I watch are ASMR videos to go to sleep, which I do watch a lot of ASMR makeup tutorials, but she watches a lot of popular YouTubers, and so I'm gonna try out this drugstore foundation. I used hers and I liked it, but I didn't have a good light. I was just doing it in my parents' bathroom, so we're gonna see what it looks like in real light. And this is L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear. It's really affordable. It's $15. You know, most of the foundations that I use are, you know, 40 to 50. So it's really, and it's really good. And I usually don't use a foundation with sunscreen, but I'm gonna try it. All right, and it's super liquidy. So sometimes you wouldn't think that that would have good coverage, but it does. I always just put it on with my finger. You can totally use a foundation brush here if you want. And I kind of just guessed at the color. I got 450 Rose Beige. Oh, super liquidy. Oh. I'm just gonna start blending and then use the rest from my hand. All right. It has a nice coverage though. All right, so doing under your eye, use the Beauty Blender right up to your shadow. And then we're gonna clean up all of this. Use the end on my hairline. Looks like it has a nice coverage. I think this color looks pretty good. It might be a little dark, but that's okay. She needs a tan, TBH. Right. Yeah, I think that looks, oh my gosh, the foundation is really pretty. I'll report back on how it stays. It says it's 24-hour fresh wear. So hopefully it doesn't get too matte, too powdery, too dry. I already have that problem without any foundation. All right, that looks nice. I'm gonna go in with my concealer. I'm gonna use the Tarte Shape Tape. And I'm gonna use a little bit more than usual, just since this is full glam, right? Nose, here, here, here. That might be too much, but whatever. We're going for it. And the Beauty Blender soaks up a lot of it. What is that? No. I might blot my blender a little bit on my side wipe. I know the bottom is supposed to be for full coverage, but I just prefer the side. And I do like the Beauty Blender Pro the best, the black, but it's just a personal preference. It's really pretty. Okay, so now that I'm done with the foundation, I'm gonna go in with my setting powder. I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish with just a Luxie brush. So go right over where you're gonna set again with your Beauty Blender right before you do it, so you don't have any creases. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of my Hourglass highlighter and do it under the eyes just a little bit, like literally the tiniest bit. I don't want it to be shimmery. I just want a little bit of extra brightness. All right, and then I'm gonna take my Mineralized Skin Finish, my fave, and just do all over. I like the way my skin looks a lot. I think it looks really good. Pretty impressed with the foundation so far, especially it being drugstore. All right, I'm gonna go in with my setting spray all over. This one smells so good. If I was actually going out, I would use my hairdryer to set this, but she's just going on a walk or outside, so we're quarantined. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my ankle brush. After I dry one more second, while that dries, I'm actually just gonna go over with whatever's left on my pencil brush. Just do that, make sure it's still perfect. All right, so my ankle, I'm gonna go in and start bronzing. And like I said, I just use this in the places where I like a little bit more color, just to lay some depth down. The sides of my nose, I already have a pretty long skinny nose, so I don't do too much on my nose. Or she's gonna disappear into oblivion. All right, I'm gonna go back with my duo fiber and start blending. So remember hairline, my cute postpartum baldness. Let's cover her up. And I mean, look at, for those of you who don't do this or use a bronzer every day, I mean, look at even just the shape of my forehead difference. It gives you so much depth. Can't go without it. Might be one of my desert island products, IDK. You can do my whole neck, do the sides of your shoulders here, which I would do some shimmer on if I was going out. Just make sure it looks really airbrushed and blended together. And that's why I love this bronzer. I mean, this texture is so soft. It almost feels like a cream. And just with any bronzer that feels super powdery, I just feel like I get like streaks. All right, so go back with whatever's left on my beauty blender to kind of cut underneath. You can skip this step. I just like how it looks. I need that extra thinness. And you can kind of go over anywhere where you feel like it doesn't look really blended. Love. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop Flexitarian again, my Super Shock shadow. I'm gonna do here. First of all, ooh, it's a little far down. All right, and I'm gonna do top of my cheekbones. Kind of blend with my finger. Nose, just a little bit and then wipe it off. And then forehead and then blend. All right, and you can leave it like that too. I'm just extra and I always have to put something on top of everything. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Incandescent. Oh, you can see her from space. blend a little bit. Do a little there. Happy? All right, and then I'm gonna use this MAC blush. It's kind of just like a rose. It's called Stark Naked. I don't think they make it anymore, but like Blush Baby, Dame would be close. I like a pink blush no matter what look I'm doing, pink or coral. I just think looks best on me. Use whatever blush you like, and then go back and blend it out with my airbrush brush that I use for everything. Up and down. Quick hands. All right. Now I'm gonna go in with my mascara and let that dry while I'm doing my lips. And then I'll do my lashes. I'm not curling them just because I'm gonna press them in with my lashes, so it doesn't matter. And I guess 2 days ago was the first time I tried this mascara, and I really like it. Oh my god, I make the ugliest faces while I'm doing my mascara. All right, get the concealer off my lips. I have my little wipe I've been using off to the side here. My baby is playing the piano, if you hear that in the background. LOL. Okay, so I'm gonna let that dry before I do my lashes. And I always have my little touch-up Q-tip handy. Actually didn't get it under my eyes this time, but there's a little piece right there that's gonna bother me if I don't get it. I actually need to put a little highlighter back over it. Too much. Gotta get my clean blender. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip pencil and lipstick. For kind of just a pink nude. All right, the lipstick. Just a good nude for pretty much everyone. I like that. Maybe I should have used a blush with a little more peach, but that's okay. I'll just take something in my palette. Take that color Prairie. And just do a little peach on top of my blush so it blends a little more. Add some warmth. There we go. I think that's closer. I like my lipstick and blush to match a little bit. And then I'm going to take this Milani gloss that I'm obsessed with. It's called Champagne. The Milani Keep It Full gloss. Just from like Walgreens or whatever. Gorge. And then while I'm waiting for my mascara to dry, I'm also going to do my Scandinavia Bridal Setting Spray. This is the strongest setting spray that I've used. It's waterproof for up to 16 hours. So that is an actual setting spray. So what I'm using in between, like the Milky Mist, the Fix Plus, the other ones, I would say it's kind of like a refreshing spray or a hydrating mist, and it's to make your makeup not look cakey. I would never spray this in between my layers, if that makes sense. All right, let me try to fix this situation. No? Okay, great, thank you. All right, I'm gonna go in with my lashes, and I am using Lily Lashes in Gaia, G-A-I-A. I got these in my BoxyCharm, and I've been wearing them ever since. I'm obsessed. I have some that are already pre-cut for me. And I'm using just the Duo brush on adhesive. I like a lot. I'm gonna do both at the same time. All right. Then I'm gonna go, make sure you can see. Oops, there's a little fuzzy on there. Shit. See, professionals do the same things normal people do. Put it on the end there. And just because of my eye shape, I do like to use a tweezer to bring in the front. I just think it's easier. That probably won't stay down, but let's get our other one on, and then we'll press it down again. So, lash line, bring around the front with tweezers. And these are the MAC tweezers, which I think are the best ones that you can buy. I just think these lashes are so pretty. The other ones I like are the Eylure Marquee, but I like pretty big lashes, so you know, you can get just whatever at the drugstore or Sally's or Ulta too. The Lily lashes are usually pretty expensive. I think they're like 25 or 30 bucks, but I got them as a BoxyCharm add-on for $5, so I literally got like a million. And it's all I've been wearing. Stay down. All right. So, assuming we're good, just kind of fluff them up. I'm gonna make sure they're separated from my natural lashes under here. We don't have any stickies. All right, then I'm just gonna go with my liquid liner on top again. I just don't like to see any glue. Shite. And then I'm just gonna pinch them together with my real lashes. And that's fine for the mascara to be a little wet still. I feel like it actually makes it stay better. And then push up. We're a new person. So pinch. Push up. All right, we're done. So there is my version of, I don't know, wearable glam. Like, if I were to go somewhere, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, I have way too much makeup on, but also I'm a makeup artist, so I never think that. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions, and please subscribe to my channel, leave comments, and I'll answer any question you guys have. Thanks.